Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this special program on PTV World. My name is Omar Khalid and we have the privilege to have with us the Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Iran, His Excellency Seyed Abbas Araghchi, with us right here next to us. Thank you very much, Excellency, to have joined us. You have come on a short visit to Pakistan. I'd like to understand the whole importance of this very visit to your brotherly country of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I'd like to understand what are the priorities that your country, Iran, has as far as Pakistan is concerned. What are the important topics that have been discussed between both the sides during your visit here?
Well, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm so thankful to you for inviting me to your program. Well, as you said, it's a very short visit, one-day visit to Pakistan, and it is in the continuation of my several visits to the region regarding the current important developments in our region and the aggressions and atrocities going on by the Israeli regime in Gaza, in Lebanon, and the possibility of its being extended to the other parts of the region and engage the whole region into perhaps a full-scale war, which is something which should be prevented by all countries in the region. I had very important visits to almost all countries in the region, in the Middle East. And I thought that it is of utmost importance that I brief our colleagues in Pakistan. So I decided to come in continuation of my visits. So to brief our colleagues here, I was in Beirut first, and then to Damascus, and then other capitals. I had very intensive discussions with each and everybody of them. And today I had the chance to brief our colleagues and to coordinate our positions in this regard. We really appreciate the position taken by Pakistani's government and people regarding the Israeli aggression to Gaza, which has taken for 12 months now, more than 12 months, and recently in Lebanon. More than 50,000 people, at least, have been killed and martyred in Gaza, and now about 3,000, and the number is increasing in Lebanon. 1.5 million refugees in Lebanon, and the same number, or even 2 million people in a desperate situation in Gaza. We admire the position taken by Pakistan, both Pakistani government and people, and we decided to coordinate our efforts to confront this aggression and actually to stop this aggression, and to go for a unified position among the countries in the region and Islamic countries. We have an OIC summit ahead of us next week, so we decided to actively take part and participate in this summit and coordinate our efforts to have a unified Islamic position demanding these atrocities being stopped and hold Israel and its enablers accountable and responsible for these kind of crimes. At the same time, I also appreciated a very strong position by Pakistan's government in condemnation of attacks, Israeli attacks to Iran, Israeli aggression actually to our territory. We received, very vast condemnation by everybody in the region, but I believe that the condemnation of Pakistan's government, especially condemnation made by the Honorable Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, was really strong. And we really appreciate that. It gives us, sense. It conveys to us the sense of solidarity and support by Pakistan, which is very good and very important, very heartwarming for us, and we appreciate that. At the same time, we touched, questions regarding our own region and our own neighborhood, what's going on in our neighborhood in Afghanistan and in other places. and also how to confront the question of terrorism, a big challenge that we are facing, both of us are facing. And we decided actually to intensify our joint efforts to combat terrorism in the both sides of the borders. There are, terrorist elements in both sides of the border acting against the two countries. I said it clearly to my Pakistani counterparts, to whom I met, that any threat against Pakistan by those elements we consider as a threat to ourselves. And I have no doubt that there is the same feeling in the other side. So we are facing a single threat. The name of the groups doesn't matter. We believe that all of them are in one way or another connected to outsiders. Let me be specific to Israel. And there is many indications to prove that. The most recent one was just the recent terrorist attack against Iranian law enforcement forces, in which we lost 10 people, 10 soldiers. And that was exactly the same time as the Israeli strike, Israeli aggression happened against us.
Excellency, you talked about, that you talked about local issues as well. You talked about terrorism that confronts both Iran and Pakistan as well. In that context, how important could be effective border management? How could both the countries work jointly to improve on that?
Well, border management is very important. I believe that there is enough determination in both sides to manage our joint border. And I also believe that, and I saw that in my meetings with Pakistani officials, that there is a super seriousness to confront terrorist elements and to manage the border and make it a border of peace and prosperity for the residents of the two sides. What lacks is a good coordination. And this is something that we have to improve. There is determination, there is seriousness, there is cooperation, but there is not enough coordination. And we need to coordinate our efforts. And for that, we decided to make more liaisons and more connections between the two sides. And inshallah, I am very hopeful that we can confront this phenomena together successfully.
All right. I just refer to your joint presser with Ishaq Dar Sahab that happened this very afternoon, in which you reiterated the commitment to further strengthen brotherly relations with Pakistan in all areas that include economy, trade, politics and culture. How do you see the gamut of relations between both our brotherly countries? And in these areas that you have specified yourself, economy, trade, culture and politics, what needs to be done in your point of view?
Well, Iran and Pakistan enjoy historic relations. And I think, the relation between the two countries are very, good at different directions, but needs to be improved, needs to be promoted. We have one asset, and that is the hearts of the people which are very close to each other. We have historic ties, we have cultural ties, we need more economic ties. And we need to use those assets available to us. There is a good political will in both sides. We need to expand our people-to-people contacts, especially among youngsters, to have a better understanding of each other. And we need to make more connections between the two business communities in two countries. Iran is under sanction, but it doesn't matter. We have been able to establish good trade and business with other countries, including with Pakistan. We are not satisfied yet. I think the level of trade can be doubled or even tripled if we just make more connections between the two business communities. And if we can just facilitate, their business, and I think we can do that. There are sanctions, yes, but we have been able to develop new methods and mechanisms and ways to work with our economic partners without facing sanctions, without facing penalties by outsiders, and we can share these methods with our Pakistani friends.
All right. Another important organization that involves both Iran and Pakistan is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. There was a recent meeting of the Council of the Heads of Government that took place in October in Islamabad, in which an Iranian delegation also participated. How important do you feel organizations such as SCO could be for the region and for the world as well, as a good alternate mechanism for countries to evolve, for countries to strengthen? And how important could Iran's role, for example, be in that?
Well, I think the role of both countries are important in these regional organizations. These regional organizations are getting more important nowadays, and there is more interest by countries to join them. Shanghai Cooperation Organization is one of them. ECO is another one. We are going to have the next ministerial meeting in Iran, and I invited, the Foreign Minister Esaghdar, and he told me that he doesn't need invitation. So he considered Iran as his second home. I said, you are absolutely right. So please to come whenever you wish. So we would have the ECO ministerial meeting soon. We had SCO recently in Islamabad. We had BRICS in Kazan,
In
the
Kazan.
BRICS summit.
Speaking of BRICS, how important is BRICS, as an organization as well? We see a lot of developments happening on the BRICS front as well. Many other countries evincing interest in joining BRICS, including Pakistan as well. But you have joined BRICS as of January this year, along with other countries. What role could Iran play in the realm of BRICS as well?
Well, the whole concept of BRICS is to somehow reform the current international structures, financial systems, monetary systems, political structures, which are mostly, monopolized by Western countries and manipulated by them against the interest of other countries. So the countries who have joined BRICS are willing to somehow reform this order which exists right now. We are now actually working on using national currencies, and we have now our own bank, NDB, New Development Bank, and initiatives like that. We support Pakistan joining this group, as we supported Pakistan in other international organizations, like Pakistan, who always support us at any international event. So I hope that together we can improve the work and the goals of these regional organizations for the betterment of not only bilateral relations, but a regional cooperation, and to go to a better world.
A better world is possible when issues such as that in Palestine are resolved, when issues such as that of Kashmir is also resolved. That is also another issue that has been lingering in this region, because you talk of the region since many decades. What is Iran's official point of view on that, and how can Iran mitigate to a resolution to this dispute, in your point of view?
Well, we support Muslims and their causes all around the world, most importantly Palestine, and of course Kashmiri Muslims. We support them, and we want a peaceful settlement of problems that all Muslims are facing, and we have always condemned use of force against Muslims and against Muslim populations, and that would remain our policy.
Finally, I know I've taken a lot of your time and you've got a lot of appointments. How do you see the future of Pakistan-Iran relations, and what is your message for Pakistan?
Well, I'm very hopeful for the future. I think we have enjoyed good relations in the past. We enjoy a good history, so why not a good future? I'm very hopeful, I think there are lots of rooms not been used yet between the two countries. I see lots of interest between the two people. I think hearts are very close to each other, as we saw in the recent, condemnation of attacks against Iran by a vast majority of people, by each and every, official in Pakistan. So I think the future is bright. We just need to join our efforts to discover the possibilities for further cooperation, to remove misunderstanding which may exist, to manage our relations in a better way, including our border, to confront the foreign elements who try to destroy this possibility for a better relations between the two countries. And I'm very confident that with the good intention I see in the government and people of Pakistan, we will inshallah achieve that. I think the future is bright.
All right. Thank you very much, Seyed Abbas Araghchi, Foreign Minister of Iran, to have joined us, to have talked to us candidly about so many things in the short time that we have had. And we look forward, as you said, to a bright future between the two countries, and to look at a new level of understanding and cooperation between the two countries. So many, avenues that we can move towards, and I hope with your collaboration and with the collaboration of both the countries, this will inshallah happen. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.